Hello, my name is Ola Uncle and I'm sitting here with my uncle. The date is December 8th, 2019, and we're recording this interview at home. What are the most important lessons you learned in life?
Well, the most important lessons I would say that I learned in life so far at 45 years old are everything that my mom told me when I was 16 has come to pass, and I've learned from it. Without saying that's a lot of lessons.
What are you most proud of?
I would say my children and my nieces and nephews, including you.
What was one of the happiest moments in your life?
One of the happiest moments in my life was when my daughter was born.
How would you like to be remembered?
I like to be remembered as a person who enjoyed life to the fullest.
When were you born? And where were you born at?
I was born May the 30th, 1974 in Mount Sinai Hospital in Chicago, Illinois.
Where did you grow up at, and what was that like?
I grew up on the west side of Chicago, and I could honestly say it prepared me for the rest of my life. It was a hard neighborhood.
Can you tell me some more about that?
Well, it was not at all like the west side is today. It was safer to play outside. It was a lot of things we do that this generation don't do. We played marbles, the girls jump rope, we went swimming, we rode bicycles, we played sports. It was safe to play outside, and you rarely heard about shootings. It was just hard because it was a bad neighborhood. I mean, a lot of the people got arrested later on and went to prison, but when I was a kid, they were out, and it was a pretty bad neighborhood.
What is your best memory of your childhood?
My best memory is when my mom would bake cakes and things like that for the holidays, and there was always something baking that smelled good in the house.
Tell me about your parents.
Well, my mother was a person who loved life, and because of her, I was open to a lot of things culturally. She was rich with culture, and because of her, I became an avid reader. She had all kinds of books in the house. My father was a very good man. He did the best he could by us, and he had a very kind heart and a kind spirit.
Who are your best friends?
My best friends would have to be my family. Outside of my family, I really don't have any best friends.
Then, like, who were your family?
My immediate family, my sisters and brothers. My extended family, my children, my nephews, my nieces. That's it.
Did you ever enroll in the military?
I thought about it when I was in my freshman year in high school, but I didn't do it. When I ended up getting to my senior year, I changed my mind. But I was this close to going to the Navy, and sometimes I regret it and wish that I had went. It probably would have made me a better man.
Can you tell me about your illness?
Well, last February, I was right before Thanksgiving, I was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. And it was a shock to me because I was misdiagnosed 3 or 4 times when I went to the doctor, and the 4th time they finally sent me to a specialist because I kept coming back to the doctor. And the specialist immediately called my primary care doctor, and my primary care doctor sent me to find out what was going on in the hospital. Immediately admitted me, and that was when I found out I had cancer. And everything since then has just been very hectic.
Do you look at your life differently now?
I live out my life much differently now. I don't do half of the things that I used to do before I found out about this illness. And I have to be very careful about the people that I'm around, because when I'm taking my medication, I have very little immune system. So I'm susceptible to a lot of illnesses now.
If you were to give advice to me or any of your children, what would it be?
My advice would be to look into your background, see if your parents or their parents, what kind of diseases ran in their families, and get checked for them. And get checked for them before you would normally get checked for stuff, because a lot of these diseases are genetic and they're coming on faster because of our habits that we have in our life, and they're manifesting in our bodies quicker. And the only way to know what's going on is to go get checkups regularly, and that's something that most black men don't do. We fear doctors and we don't go get checkups, and if we feel fine, we think that we're fine. So definitely I would always advise someone to become friendly with their doctor and always get checked out for things that's in your genetic background.
Do you think about dying?
I think about dying every day. I think about the people that I'm going to leave behind. I think about trying to live every day like it's my last day. And I appreciate every morning that I wake up. I didn't used to appreciate every morning that I wake up. I have a newfound appreciation for life.
That's all. Thank you for your time today, and yeah, and thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you. I hope it will help somebody.
Okay, this is Ola Uncle Jeff signing out.